Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video we'll be doing some updates for World of Warcraft as of recently. Except for normally I do this video for Battle for Azeroth updates. This video is gonna primarily look at updates and things that are happening in Classic World of Warcraft, since it is the big new hype around the block. Although there is a bit of information that has to do with Classic, but also a little bit of BFA. Anyway, without a further waste of you guys' time, let's get into some of the updates in the World of Warcraft universe. The first bit of news we got on our table is people leveling to level 60. Everybody's trying to get through the grind of getting to max level ASAP, and everybody's gonna go through any methods in order to claim World First. In this video, we're not going to talk about people getting World First to 60, although everybody who are some of the few players that already got to 60, congratulations, the journey is over, and you can finally enjoy dungeons, raids, and maybe even a bit of PvP at max level. But the story we're going to be talking about today is going to be one of leveling, but also one of bugs. And apparently there was a hotfix to a bug that happened in Classic World of Warcraft that did not exist, or might have not existed, back in vanilla. It is still very unclear. Basically, the bug is, if your group has 6 or more players, apparently the game was still dishing you out maybe a little bit too much XP for a group that big. In the past, as in back in vanilla, Blizzard had caps on how much XP you could get depending on your group size. For example, if you have a mob that's 100 XP every time you kill it, if you're killing it solo, you get 100% of the XP. The more players join your group, from 2 players to 4 players to 5 players, that means that XP has to be split amongst those people. But when your group start to get too big at 6 or more players, the XP cap was hit with a penalty. So you gained far less XP in a massive group of more than 5 people. Going back to Classic World of Warcraft, apparently that XP penalty was not enabled, or for whatever reason it was bugged where it wasn't disabling or giving you less XP, but instead it was giving you quite a lot of XP in a massive group. So players would gear up together in a 10-man group, tackle on quests, obliterate the mobs with ease because of the sheer number of players involved, get through elites, get through rares super quickly, get through challenging bosses with ease, and still earn a fair amount of XP, and even would grind certain spots where enemies would spawn regularly in order to get a fat amount of XP very quickly. Blizzard has since did fix this bug, but it also comes at a question of why did they take so long to do this? Apparently Method were streaming themselves running this type of strategy where they had more than 5 people in a group. And apparently it seems that Blizzard decided to fix this bug after everybody in Method were able to gain level 60. So fix it after the Method boys were finally able to use it, and some people say abuse it, to get to max level. Some players are for it, and they think it's kind of cool to be able to get in a massive group with multiple friends and be able to AoE grind mobs in a pretty big group and gain a fair amount of XP. They kind of say it's fun, and Blizzard, by removing this bug, is removing a fun mechanic. While other people on the other side of the camp are saying that maybe this, yeah, it was a bug, they have to fix it. Maybe they should even do a rollback on levels because it doesn't seem to be a legit way to play. You're not really getting the World of Warcraft vanilla experience or the classic experience by having people abuse this bug. So I'm going to throw the question off to you guys. What do you think about this bug down below? How do you think Blizzard should have handled it? What are your thoughts about it? Do you like it? Do you think Blizzard should have fixed it or maybe not fixed it? And what do you think about the idea of maybe doing rollbacks for players that did, quote-unquote, abuse this bug? Another bit of news, we also have a crossover in World of Warcraft Classic as well as Battle for Azeroth. On Blizzard's Brazilian Facebook World of Warcraft page, they made an announcement where if you are playing Classic World of Warcraft and you do reach level 60, you get for free, as part of a 15th year anniversary to World of Warcraft, for free an upgrade to your account for Battle for Azeroth, as well as a free boost to level 110. Now, it does seem like this event was actually deleted off of the Brazilian Facebook page, but the idea behind it would actually be kind of a cool one. And in a sense, I kind of want to talk about how this would actually be great for the community, even if not a lot of people that play Classic would end up using this if this was a promotional thing. With Classic World of Warcraft being released, a lot of players that played one version of the game or the other, be it Vanilla, BC, Wrath, or any of the other expansions that someone might have enjoyed, a lot of people resubscribe to World of Warcraft just to play Classic. So when you add this type of event, it actually has a little bit of flavor to it. We all know that Vanilla World of Warcraft players are probably some of the biggest veterans of the game, and Vanilla World of Warcraft questing is challenging in its own. Also, lots of players in vanilla World of Warcraft know that they never get free handouts. So in the theme of how classic World of Warcraft treats their players in terms of rewards and the grind that it needs to offer free Battle for Azeroth if they so wish, as well as a character boost once they hit level 60 in classic, is actually pretty classic of a move. World of Warcraft vanilla players would be one of the few players that know what's it like to have to grind and work for something huge, and to even reach level 60 is an achievement of its own. So in a way, it's a way for Blizzard to celebrate the fact that you get to level 60, which might be one of the hardest parts of the game and a journey in its own. And on top of it, most players are coming back for Classic just to play Classic. They don't really care about the other expansions, but this also gives the players a bit of an incentive because you get BFA completely for free. Maybe you'll be playing Classic and maybe it'll be a downtime while you're waiting for the next phase of Classic to come out, maybe a brand new raid or for PvP to unlock. And with that downtime, there is now an opportunity for those players to give BFA maybe a go. You have a one-time boost so you can begin leveling experience in Battle for Azeroth. Check out the story, check out the leveling, see how much the game has changed. Some people will play it and they will like it, and they might even play a bit more, especially for the 15th year anniversary events coming up very soon. Others won't, but I think it's still a very sweet idea, and I like how they're rewarding players just for getting level 60, not just a freebie. We will have to wait and see if there's going to be any kind of announcement on this type of event at a later time. Maybe Blizzard is waiting to announce it on the 15th, maybe with a different date to set rather than just for the 15th anniversary of the month of November, since it's probably going to take people longer than that to level. If Blizzard were to go ahead with this, how do you guys would feel about it? Do you think this will be a cool idea for a promotional event or not really? Let me know in the comments below if you think that maybe Blizzard would have done something different, or maybe this is just perfect for that classic WoW experience and the classic WoW reward. We also have a couple world firsts already in classic World of Warcraft. Guild called Apes over on EU was able to claim world first classic Ragnaros skill. Congratulations to Apes, but they decided to be even bolder. They decided to also grind out the long-ass quest chain in order to reach Onyxia, and were able to lay a world-first claim to Onyxia as well. If anything, I think this really goes out to the Guild Apes and their achievement of being able to grind out to get to level 60, but also get an organized group, grind out the gear that's needed, get the players that are involved in 2019 with all the tools we have today, and be able to score these kills. These guys obviously practiced and they had a battle plan from the get-go. My question for this is going to be though, how is your average Joe going to be able to get through this content? Again, back to the fear of your average Joe being able to get through the content fairly easily. We'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be weeks or months before people get to level 60, but once most of the average players are able to reach that max level, what's going to happen? Are people going to be clearing dungeons and raids super quickly and efficiently and easily with the billions and billions of guides we have for all the information needed in order to tackle the bosses, in order to grind out the best in slot gear for your specs, and even be able to get the best talents in the world in order to compete in PvE content? Is your average Joe going to be able to blaze through the content as quickly as a lot of people feared? I guess only time will tell. I think Guild kill by Apes for both Ragnaros and Onyxia is an impressive feat, and it simply shows that a guild, a group that is able to put a battle plan together and is able to execute it efficiently, is a marvel in 2019, where players of World of Warcraft are generally better than way back in the day of 2004. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think? Do you think players that reach level 60 in Classic are going to be able to blaze through the content way too quickly and have not a lot to do after getting max level? Or do you guys believe that Classic World of Warcraft is going to have plenty of longevity, whether you're an average Joe or Jane, or maybe someone who is hardcore that wants to enjoy yourself some Classic? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. With that, I'm going to close out the video. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. I know this video was very heavily Classic oriented, and I don't really know how many of you guys enjoy the Classic stuff nearly as much as I do. Classic is kind of all over the place. You can't go to a single stream without seeing people play Classic on Twitch or hell, even YouTube at this point. But I still want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, whether you're someone who's enjoying Classic or someone who is actually skipping it out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see all of you in another video.